Wow, I don't know about you guys, but I don't use shaders very often, but man, did they ever look good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to VintageCraft. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that little intro video as much as I did, but let me get out of this really fast and we'll get started for the day. Okay, so you're probably wondering what's been going on lately. As you can see from that intro video, a lot's changed around here, and I kind of need to explain what's happening. As you can see, we got a new building over here. This has all been done. So while we're heading over to this new building, I'll kind of explain what's going on. So I did a bunch of recording, and unfortunately some of my audio got a little messed up. So I figured instead of trying to play through it and give you guys a bunch of mediocre clips, I would just skip it, chalk it up as a learning experience, and we would move on. So I'm going to do a quick summary of what's been going on, and then we'll get into it today. So kind of hard to see. So here you can see we kind of got a new floating island. Now, I kind of need to explain what's going on with this stuff. It's about to get dark, so hopefully someone sleep. Kill it up here and we'll look. So basically this is a tower, exactly the same as that one, only I made it so it's unfinished. You can see as we get up here, the pathway up doesn't go all the way, so you can't get up that way. So I'm just going to show you guys quickly what's going on. My best way to get up here is grass blocks at the moment. You can see we got a little crane. It's partly building, bringing some supplies up. And basically the idea of this, as I look over this way, you can see the terrain is quite a bit different. So basically the idea is I was trying to make this area here look like it's been ripped out of the ground. So this island came from down here and it's been ripped up. Now, the reason for this, as I go back across to the main island, what I wanted to do is kind of add a little fantasy into our building here. So it's not just a regular, like medieval village. What I wanted to do is go up this way. You can see we did a little bit of terraforming here. We got room for some buildings. So up this little road, I want to add a market square, but right here in this main area somewhere, what I want to do is put a mage tower. Now, if any of you guys have watched Castlevania on Netflix, you know that Dracula's castle can teleport to anywhere that he wants it to be. So I kind of wanted to take that concept, but with a smaller scale. Do a mage tower that teleports down into the middle of this market square type area. I want it to like wreck some buildings, you know, have some ground being tore out over here. And I want like the mage kind of ripping the ground apart. And the look for that is going to be the floating islands being tore out of the ground. I want to do that one over there. I'm kind of thinking about over here. We do some of the farmland. We do like part of this hill and, you know, rip that up. And the main part that I want to do is over here is this big flat area. Now, initially I wanted to build up a small mountain. I wanted to move this mountain from here over here and put like a castle fort on it. Like just a small castle, but I want it now to be floating. I want this mage to have ripped it up out of the ground, have crumbling pillars. You know, he's here to wreck everything, basically. So in order to do that, I have to build this up, and what we're going to do is we're going to build this up a little bit higher to kind of the level that it would have been at before being tore to the ground, and then we're going to build an island above it and tear this down so it looks like it was tore out of the ground. It's going to be a ton of work, but I think it's going to look awesome. So that's kind of the plan that we're going with right now. So I did a whole bunch of terraforming and ripped all this little mountain down. I might tear this down yet. I'm not too sure. This whole platform needs to go down at least 2 more times because this goes up too fast. I don't like this transition here. So that's kind of the main things that I've been working on in the last couple days. Then I also had some comments about down here the other day about the storage room. So initially I have this bulk storage down here, and you know what? I really don't like it. It doesn't fit. I was going to put storage in the walls, and you know, I just don't like it. So instead, what I've decided to do, you might have seen over there a little bit, what I decided to do is redo this area. So you can see this has been moved down one block. What I'm going to do is move all these down one block, and we're going to add to them. You can see I've started. So we're going to lower this whole floor, and we're going to put our bulk storage here. We're going to do storage here, another one there. Basically what we're going to do is take this exactly how it is up here. Hard to get to. Exactly how it is up here, but make them 6 tall instead of 4 tall, and lower them. And have some of these as bulk storage and regular storage. We might do a sorting system behind there. I'm probably going to take this kelp farm and put it down below. We'll probably move the smelter somewhere else. I need to add a few more farms because I want to do nether wart for this this mage tower. We need some obsidian, some nether wart, some nether brick. I kind of want to, I don't know what we're going to use quite yet, but I want the ability to use whatever we want to kind of make it dark and evil and looking really cool. But I need to get inventory sorted. I've got shulkers full of nonsense all over the place, and I want to get this sorted. So this is kind of going to be part of our project that I want to do today. We're going to move all this down, get it ready to go, and then we'll start doing some redstone behind and making this look all cool and fit. We won't move this stuff today. I just want to get this part started. So another thing we did that I need to do in the future here is, as I was building over here, I noticed, I guess I'll get over here first. So I lifted this up. We're going to put a couple levels of grass over here and terraform this. We can start putting buildings over here. But as I was over here, I noticed a lot of zombies, and I couldn't figure out why. So I went exploring. And just down over here, we have a spawner right close to the surface. But now, the interesting about this spawner is the relation to another spawner we have that I haven't shown you guys yet. So we'll go for a quick little run, and I'll show you guys the first spawner I built on the server. It's a cave spider spawner. There's actually a skeleton spawner just over here, kind of down in the water right over there, all the way at bedrock pretty much. But this other cave spider spawner, it works out that if I can math, which probably can't, but if I can do it, if I can do my math properly, we should be able to put cave spider spawner and that zombie spawner to be activated at the same time and do one spawn room for both and make a relatively large XP farm. So that might be a project we take on pretty soon. Okay, so here's the cave spider spawner. So this was the first room I built on the server. It doesn't work the greatest. I know there's light that goes in here and it's whatever. But it kind of had the same theme as we have upstairs, excuse me. And initially I wanted to put like a pathway through here. This is our enchanting room. It was the first cave I did that kind of inspired the ones upstairs. Yeah, so I think what we can do is we can tear part of this out and make it so that way we can get these guys to go up to a room up top and have the zombies come to a room below it, and because they're almost exactly on top of each other. And we could probably do a pretty good okay, so I decided that the most important project we need to tackle is the storage situation. So I came down here, I've lowered the floor like I said I was going to, and I started working on a few different designs. Now, initially I was going to use this chest design, but let me show you how it works here. So, water stream will take all the items around up into these top hoppers right here, which are hopper locked to be filtered for certain items. Now, the system works really well, except for what happens is the hoppers will fill from the bottom, like to the bottom, and then this one, and then this one, and so on. But once items are in this chest here or higher, they won't filter down as you clear a lower chest. And I personally really like that, to have them all constantly filter to the bottom, so that you can put a shulker at the bottom that's constantly filled, just like how I had it over here. So I decided to go against this. We're not going to use this for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a different system, which is exactly what we did down there, except for a little bit smaller. So the shulker that we have is down here. It'll be hidden with, it'll be a piston that'll move this stair so we can access it. And basically this system is just pretty simple redstone. So up at the top there, right there, is the input, and it filters down into all these chests, and at the very bottom one, it will go into a hopper. Now, as the chests fill up, the lights will go on. So if there's something in this chest, you'll see the light will go on. So we can always tell how many chests are full. So this will fill five double chests plus a shulker. Now at the very top is the same hopper lock. It's just a comparator out of a hopper with a filter, item filter. It goes into some redstone, into a repeater, which powers this torch, which will light or lock the hopper below the filter. So it'll allow items to go in. So you can see this is very compact in here though. So I was going to initially put the input water stream right here, but I probably have to move it over one. So once I do that, I'm going to put other chests beside it here that are going to have different item filters. And we're going to use the, I believe it was Tango Tech design, that basically says items will go in, they'll go up an item elevator, they'll go over, down into a bunch of into hoppers that have filters so we can fill where we want them to. Then it goes over a block and then back up an item elevator again, sorry, and then down. And what we'll be able to do is tie that into this system so we can have multiple inputs, and it'll be just a water item elevator instead of a dropper one. Now, the dropper ones are quiet, whereas this one won't be, but I'm not too concerned about that. So basically, I got to get cleaning this all up. We haven't finished any designs here. I'm not sure if I want to leave this up here or not. For now, I will. It actually looks kind of cool having the multiple tiers like this. And then, you know, maybe we can put some storage down here, but I don't know yet. I haven't got that far. Right now, I'm just working on the redstone. So what I got to do, I'm going to take all this down and bring it up here and start filtering and continuing the redstone. So once I do that, I'll be back with you guys. Alright, let me tell you guys a little story. When I first built this, I had zero intention of putting anything behind these walls. So fitting in a little storage system and an item sorter and everything has been quite the challenge. You can see here, we are right to the wall with space. On the top, I have put redstone literally every possible spot that I can from where I needed it to be. So it's been quite the struggle, but I think I've mostly got it figured out. So one of the challenges I have is because this is so tight, when the water comes up, what happens is, let me explain the system first, I guess. There's a dispenser here, our dropper here, that brings our items up through this water stream, through the elevator, up into this stream, and as it goes around, it'll go on top of these hoppers, which have an item filter and a lock to it. So it'll take the ones it wants and puts it into the mass storage system, and everything else goes to an overflow. So one of the issues that you have doing this, though, is as items come across, if they hit corners, they're going to stop for a second and then keep going. And after a while, they're going to bunch up if they go too quick. And once they bunch up, they can get to a number higher than this being a full stack, which then makes it not take it into the hopper, and it goes to your overflow, so it doesn't do anything. So I'm trying to eliminate that, and in this tight space is quite the challenge. I think I've got it mostly figured out, but one of the things I'm going to do really quick, though, I think, is take these blocks, these floor blocks here, and put them with ice all the way around, which might not help anything, but it'll speed everything up in general, if nothing else. But so far, I've been doing a little testing, and I'm mostly all the way around without having it bunch up too much. You know, you usually get 4 or 5 max bunched up, which is nice, because it can still go in your hopper, and it still works. So what I've done is I've done the same filter we had down in the basement before, but I've kind of made it so that some of the items can go into the chest together instead of singular. So like this one has stone, this one is going to have sand, and then this set of storage systems here, which is this third one here, so you can just see it, there's only 3, but there's 4 items on this side. So this one here is going to have andesite and polished andesite. And the way I've accomplished that is pretty simple. It's 2 item locks here, and they flow into a single extra chest, and then go down into the bulk system. And I've done the same on the other side. It goes cobblestone, gravel, and then grass and dirt, because they can mix. It doesn't matter. I'm not too concerned if I need to have grass or dirt. And one of the things you can do is just put, like, if I want to have dirt in here or grass, I can just put like a holder place for it, so it'll make sure that it fills this with what I want. Because sometimes you might get, if you put a full shulker of just dirt, you might get a full shulker back of dirt in here, and then you will have grass just stuck on top, but it'll come out eventually. So anyway, so I'm going to replace this stuff with ice, and I'm going to do a little bit more testing and make sure it works, and then I'm going to do some design work, and then I'll come back. Oh, apparently it would help if I put water back in there. Oh. Nice. So I've been watching this for quite a while now, and everything looks good. As far as I can tell, there's nothing missing any of the filters, and everything's going in good. So on either side now, I've got hidden covers for all the materials, so we don't have to look at the boxes. All the organizations here, these are not organized yet. We're going to have to go through and fix all this eventually, especially this side. They are pretty rough. So I'll have to go through, put all the stuff into mass storage, same with down here. We'll have to go through all that stuff and put it away properly. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with all this stuff yet. I'm kind of just leaving it for the moment. I definitely think I need a break from this project. So for now, I think we're going to leave this just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head over here to where I showed you guys the zombie spawner that I have over here. And I'm going to clear out the bottom of that, get it ready for making it into an XP farm. And I'm going to clean out the spider spawner that's below it and work my way up and try to get a good base so we can make a couple of XP spawners here combined. So I'm going to do that between episodes, and I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.